next is, I'd like to have you welcome Neil Benson. Where are you?
Howdy. I went out and had some pizza today, and I bought myself some Coke. Some Coca-Cola. I will drink some Coca-Cola. That's right. Yeah, it's got caffeine in it, right? This here poem is was written here on a spot in Tent City. It's written here in Tent City. Greetings, brothers and sisters. Let me explain to you why I am here. I am here because the idea behind this setting is our use of space in a metropolitan Vancouver. Vancouver, as I know it, is smog city, unhealthy for one and all. I am a tribal native, an individual member of the Gitxsan Wet'suwet'en Tribal Council. My Christian name is Neil Benson, and he loves me so much, but only so much. My Indian name is Sahwok, a varmint that looks like a mouse with wings and likes to come out at night. I put it to you, my friends, I am love with one and all. Peace, my fellow Europeans. If it happens, you find injustice exists, then pray for me to find the solution to resolve our mistakes. First of all, I don't even have the cash to take care of all my bills, not to mention the steps of the art gallery make for a cold, hard mattress. But it is ironic that this huge project, City on the Edge, accommodates our situation, the real city on the edge, and actually highlights the fact that we as reasoning human beings can get along with one another. I mentioned the fact of using the steps as a crash pad and that I did not even have a pup tent to sleep in. It was cool to be blanketed by the stars and heavenly bodies. I would even say it was rad. I really experienced the life of a hobo with myself living the lifestyle of the tramp and of the homeless people. This is oppression, and fortunately, life is a one-way street. Sure would like to set myself up with a hide-a-bed in one of those offices, though. You are your own best friend, but you are your own worst enemy. Now, the second point is the Europeans aren't so bad. After all, we are theirs just as much as they are ours. I would like to think our Europeans call us our native people because they love us and vice versa. We each love one another just as much as we love our pets. Can you dig it? In other words, our senses of ownership conflict. They are mismatched. As our spirit brother Bob Marley puts it, one world is enough for all of us. Admittedly, it saddens me to say that being poor comes down hard on me. And you. There is so much of it, and there are people who refuse to be affiliated with social assistance from the Ministry of Human Resources, or MHR as it is commonly known. There is a lot of bread out there, but there are more without. I shall take a holiday if I can just get away. Moving on, the proposed GST confirms to me that even the most ridiculous buffoon can get his foot into Parliament these days. Increasing the tax increases the numbers of poor folks. On some nights out neath the cloudy blue glory sphere, I spend my time thinking about the army moving on to, quote, land set aside for the use and benefit of the Indians, unquote, and invading our territory. This is reserve land they are on. I put it to you that reserve land is land in trust, and now the trust is gone. Now we cannot even call reserve land our land. The presence of the military violates our right to be reserved. I am objective here because some of us have invisible feet. The Vancouver Art Gallery is sitting on land over which we claim authority, but we don't want the Vancouver Art Gallery. All these high-rises around you are on native Indian land, but we don't expect them to be turned over to us. We have nothing to do with these buildings, except for the fact that our tax dollars keep them lit by night and day. And as the taxes increase, our non-renewable resources deplete. So everything goes up, including unemployment, and more people are hard up and hungry. I think too that our army, which wages war on us in OKa, is sustained by our tax dollars. The bigger the army, the bigger the deficit. We are rich in perpetual poverty. To make a long story short, BC hydro power and authority, high-rises, vacant offices, policemen, the military, the bureaucrats, the politicians and all the senators sponge off the tax dollar supremely. Law and order should be a public duty, not a public expense. But they will say, everyone needs their bread and butter, but only some know which side their bread is buttered on. What the hell? I'm not being serious here. This is supposed to be a mere show, an empty parade of extravagant composition. The poem I mean to read was written several years ago in the Great Alpine Plateau, the territory of the Tahltan Nation. It is called the Tahltan Nation's First Lady. It expresses for me the fight we have been in since the arrival of the colonialists on our continent. The Tahltan Nation's First Lady. The elements in our ground and in the atmosphere absorb and reflect the white heat provided by Father Sun. The spectrum of its energy ranges from the microcosm to the macrocosm. Saving the nation means destroying maggots, if not by shovels full of labor, then by heat and fire full of anger. To serve the people of this land is not like taking from your hand. The mastermind is like a giant fly, creating maggots to eat our culture dry. The Stikeen's First Lady, she comes from the Grand Canyon indeed. Her body flows gracefully with the Tahltan. Her canyons are filled with happiness, which fills the heart of every soul. The arteries of her joy are in the gorge of Telegraph Creek. The sheer walls are her pleasure. The rolling mountains caress her soul. To dam up a nation's territory is total destruction of mind, body, and soul. O mastermind, let the First Lady be her own master of destiny. Was there mention of the TP cult? Would you come to my place and rant over the daily news with me? Call in the fumigators, eliminate the legislators.